So a lot of students come to me with this problem. They need band 7 or 7.5 in writing task 2, and they're always stuck half a band below what they need. So the first thing I do is I ask them to write an IELTS Writing Task 2 answer for me. And what I see in their answers usually is that the vocabulary and range of grammar is quite advanced and good enough to reach the band they need. However, their score for task achievement is only 5 or 6 because they have either missed a key part of the question, they've missed a key word, or they've tried to answer the question in an overly complicated and indirect way. The good news is, if this is you, it's really quite easy to quickly improve your band score from 6.5 to 7 or 7 to 7.5. It's much easier than if you had a vocabulary or a grammar problem. So you just need to practice choosing the right kind of idea while you're planning your essay. And hopefully after you've watched this video, you'll have a much clearer idea of what makes an idea a good idea for IELTS Writing Task 2. So first of all, the ideas you choose have to answer the whole question. So how many candidates do you think quickly read the task question and miss a key word or a key part of the question in their answer? I can tell you from my experience, even with students preparing for the test, so not even on test day when they're under pressure, they still make this mistake time and time again. So you absolutely must read the question carefully and pay attention to all the key words in the question. So for example, if the question asks you to talk about the benefits of something to children, talking about the benefits to people in general is just not answering the question fully. Likewise, if the question asks you about the advantages of funding city parks, and you talk about the importance of funding nature reserves while never mentioning cities, again, you are not answering the whole question, and your task achievement score is going to suffer as a result. So I could go on and on about this just because I see this so often, and it's such an easy thing to fix. You really must pay attention to all the keywords in the question and make sure that you answer the question fully. If you can do this, you will really improve your task achievement score, and this could easily make the difference between 7.5 and 7 or 7 and 6.5 in the test. So the next thing is choosing ideas that directly answer the question. So this is a problem I particularly see with my higher level students. So people who definitely could reach band 7.5 or even 8 if they wrote the answer in the right kind of way. So this is a serious problem because they're choosing ideas for the IELTS essay that only indirectly answer the question. So what you really need is ideas that directly answer the question. So what is the difference between an idea that directly answers and only indirectly answers the question? So an idea that directly answers the question only has one step. The reason the idea is relevant is immediately clear. Indirect main ideas, on the other hand, require several steps before you really understand why they answer the question. So if we look at an example here of a direct and indirect idea, you'll more clearly be able to see what I'm talking about. So in the first direct idea, you can see that health benefits of outdoor activities directly answers the question of why it's beneficial for children's development. It's immediately clear why health benefits are a good thing. Good health is obviously beneficial. On the other hand, an indirect idea that could be used is that outdoor activities teach children to live in a sustainable way. So it's not immediately clear why living sustainably is beneficial for children's development. So this needs more explanation. You have to go through several steps of reasoning until you understand why outdoor activities and sustainable living is beneficial for children's development. As a result, this is not such a good idea for IELTS writing. But like, what exactly is the problem? Why is this not a good idea? Well, the main ideas that you choose for your essay need to be clear to the examiner. The examiner needs to clearly understand why you are answering the question, how what you are saying is relevant, and that you are directly answering the question. So if we look at the IELTS band descriptors here, you can see that the answer must be clear and relevant. This is stated time and again in the band descriptors, where your answer must clearly and directly answer the question. If there are several steps between your idea and the reason why it is relevant, why it answers the question, there's a much higher chance of your idea appearing unclear to the examiner and thus getting a much lower band in task achievement. You might be limited even to band 5. Additionally, if your main ideas are too indirect, you can even get lost yourself. So by the end of the essay, you've lost track of your ideas, of your arguments, and you end up writing unclearly just for that reason. You yourself are no longer clear about what you are writing. So we can draw some conclusions now. Ideas for IELTS essays don't need to be clever, complicated, or reflect your true opinion. You don't get a higher score for having more interesting ideas. By choosing simple ideas that directly answer the whole question, you're much more likely to get a high band score for task achievement. This could easily raise your overall band by a half band, so that could be the difference between band 6.5 and 7 or 7 and 7.5. If you're doing this, if either you are not paying attention to the whole question or all the keywords in the question, or more likely, if you're at a high level, if you are choosing ideas for your essay that are complicated and involve several steps between your idea and why it's relevant, it could easily be why you are stuck at a band 6.5 or half a band below what you need. So really think about this. Practice choosing the right kind of simple ideas for essays. You can look at many writing task 2 questions and just think about what kind of ideas would I choose for this essay. You'll also find on the Fast Forward IELTS.com website a large number of model answers where I've also given the main ideas that I'm going to use in the answer broken down in terms of main ideas and sub ideas. So that should hopefully give you an idea of how I'm choosing simple, direct, clear ideas for the essays and how this really helps to write an answer that's clear, concise, easy to understand, and will directly get you a high band for task achievement.